The first thing I want you to do is look at your limiting beliefs. What are your beliefs around money? This is for the people that like to journal and write things down, and I would encourage that. There is something about putting pen to paper that really helps you think deeper on things, let things go on a different level. It's just a form of release, of letting things come out that maybe you have been suppressing, that maybe you didn't even know you were suppressing until you start writing. For example, limiting belief. Do you believe that rich people are greedy? Or is your belief that only lucky people become millionaires? Do you believe there isn't enough money for you to be a millionaire too? Do you have feelings of guilt if you were to make more money? Do you have any sort of anxiousness or fear around making more money because you're afraid of what other people might think of you because of what your own thoughts are about people who have money? All these beliefs are impressed onto us since childhood. It's really a matter of digging deep and figuring out, where did these beliefs come from? So the first step is writing down all the limiting beliefs around money. What are the thoughts that come up when you think about money? Just no filter, write them all down. And then go back and look at, where did this come from? Did I create this belief? Do I really believe this? Or did someone else tell me this? 99.9% of the time, someone else told you that belief and you have held on to it. So then, for each limiting belief that you write down, I want you to create a new story around that belief. For example, if one of your beliefs is, I am never going to get out of debt. It's always there. I feel like it's never going to happen. Okay, first of all, when you have those thoughts and you say those things, that's an energetic vibration that you're putting out into the universe. It's going to match that. It's going to say, okay, that's what you want. Accepted. That's what you shall have. And that is what you shall have. Also, that limits you and blocks you from receiving any sort of random bits of money, whether small or big, to pay off debt, because you've already put that energetic vibration out there into the universe. I'm never going to get out of debt. Create a new story around it. Instead of calling it debt, I have chosen to make payments over time to help me purchase whatever it was that you needed to purchase. Maybe it's a whole bunch of random shit. I don't know your business. I have chosen to make payments over time to help me achieve buying. And I am so grateful to have that option to have been able to buy XYZ when I needed to, desired to. It brought me XYZ. It brought me joy. It brought me food on my table. It brought me a working car. It brought me an amazing vacation with myself or my friends or my family, memories that you can't put a price tag on. Whatever it is, there is no wrong answer. Show gratitude for being able to have an option of making payments over time, because that's all that debt is you chose a different route to make payments. Okay? Instead of not getting whatever it was at the time and suffering for that, having the emotional suffering for that. And now it's almost like you're stabbing yourself in the foot anyway, because you chose to make payments over time and you got what you wanted during that time, but now you're shaming yourself and guilting yourself over and over every day that payment is not paid in full. No, that's not how it works, okay? So rewrite the story of that, and then I want you to create the story of, what is it that you truly desire about debt? If you could create a timeline of how those payments would go, what is your wants and desires around that specific belief? And so for this example, I'm talking about debt, right? So Do you desire to pay it off in a year, pay it off in 2 years, pay it off in 5 years? What are your true desires? If you could create any kind of timeline, there was no wrong answer. If your dream, what would your dream life look like to eliminate that debt? But you could also get behind it energetically. So if you have, let's say, $100,000 in debt, and you're like, I want to pay it off in 6 months. Well, I'm not saying that can't happen. There's some magical shit out there that happens. But if you can't get behind that, if you're like, that's a joke, that would never happen, then that's not your answer. You need to get behind an answer that you can energetically get behind and it feels good, and you're like, that feels realistic. That feels really good. And so maybe that's 2 years, maybe that's 5 years, whatever that is for you, and you can get behind, get it. Now, if you can get behind 6 months and you're like, I can pay it off in 6 months, I'm open to magic, and you are aligned with that 111%, you go for it. Get it, because magic can happen when you get behind it. But if you can't energetically get behind it, then it ain't gonna happen. Just to recap, you're writing down all of your limiting beliefs around money. Then you are writing down where they came from, where you think they came from. Were they yours? Did you create them, or did somebody else create them? And then we are writing a new story for each belief. You guys, this will not take you very long. Going back to that first limiting belief that I'm using example is debt. So the question that you want to ask yourself is, what is your realistic outcome for that limiting belief? What is the new story? What feels good to you that you could get behind? Let's use another example. Let's say that you want to make 6 figures this year. Can you truly get behind that? Can you own that? Are you like, yes, that I feel it. I know it's coming. I'm putting in the consistent work. I am an energetic vibration for making 6 figures this year. One of your limiting beliefs is, I'm never going to have enough in my savings account. Like, we're always just paycheck to paycheck. We could never put any away in savings. Again, that's the energetic vibration that you're putting out there. Stop that. I want you to be open to magical things happening, because they happen every single day, every single moment. Okay? It could be something as little as you are at the supermarket and you go to check out and you find out that 10 of your items in your basket are all on sale and you had no idea, and you saved $7. Thank you, universe, for putting $7 back in my pocket that I wasn't planning on for. Taking time for little things like that, acknowledging that and saying, thank you. I see you. I see the $7 coming forward, even if it's $1. Okay? That adds up. The more that you show gratitude and in an energetic way, and you really truly believe what you are saying, you're putting that energetic vibration out there, and more of that is going to come to you. The universe is like, oh, you like that. That's what you want. Okay, well, I'll give you more of that. So let's go back to that limiting belief of, I'm never going to have enough money in my savings account. There's no way that it's just going to happen right now with what income we're having and the bills that are going out. I just don't see how we could put any money away in savings. Rewrite your story on that. What would be your desired outcome for that situation? You could say something like, I am open to putting away $10 a week in a savings account. I am open, maybe that's what you can do and you can get behind, but maybe you can do $500 a week. You're like, you know what? I'm going to put away $500 a week for 3 months. I can do it, and it's going to happen. And I'm open to anything that could happen to help me be able to do that. And you can energetically get behind that. That is rewiring your brain, and you putting the energetic vibration out there of you are enough and you are worthy of being able to put that amount of money in your bank account every week or every month, whatever you can get behind. Okay?